Hi, I'm here to propose that the school adds a philosophy course to the high school curriculum. It would be a one-year course that would count as an English elective credit and would be available to seniors and selected juniors. The class is philosophy, but with touches of psychology here and there to help understand why people think the way they do. Basically, the class would cover 4 basic topics of themes throughout the year, and those themes include the mind and body, which will include how people draw conclusions to their mind and act out as a response. We'll explore different perspectives on both past and current issues and come up with conclusions on our own. Mainly, this section will be about how people think and the rationale for thinking that way. The second theme is going to be about reality and life. This will be where the vague why questions come in. Things like, why am I here? Who am I? What is life? Why be good? And what is consciousness? Is life really just the ability to reproduce and regulate the body, or is there a much deeper meaning behind it? The third theme will be ethics, justice, and the good versus the evil. This is where we define what morals are, situations that seem just or unjust, moral truth versus moral relativity, and how both good and evil in the world maintain a balance. The last theme will mainly focus on epistemology, or the understanding of what knowledge is, how it's required, and how it can be used. The rationale for doing this can go on for days, but basically this class would give older students the ability to explore and engage in questions, arguments, and methods of thinking. The questions brought up will give students a sense of personal significance, boost their confidence, and give them a head start on how to think in the world. This class is going to teach students how to pose good questions, how to analyze information and synthesize perspectives while presenting them in a meaningful way. This class will give students an appreciation of literature and induce their writing skills and techniques. The only way to become a good writer is to become a good thinker. That's all. And this class isn't going to teach you what to think, but instead how to think. And students are going to possess these skills for the rest of their lives. There will be usable text available online that can help guide the class along. Writings on different famous philosophers can be analyzed. However, discussion and learning through each other will be the main force in driving the class, but other resources will be utilized. The class will be taught very openly. Things like thinking exercise, debatable short stories, the clashing of perspectives within readings, and group discussions. It's things like that that will invoke the mind and develop a student's ability to think and rationalize, because it provides different perspectives and everybody's voice will be heard. Assignments will include some writing during each unit and definite writing at the end of each unit. Homework will be occasional, but there will be no tests. The writing will give the teacher the main idea of what the student has learned and if the student presented and backed up his opinions. Discussions will allow the students to gather information from each other while at the same time they get to think of their own ideology. And debates will allow students to justify their thinking. Traditional grading method is probably the best way of doing this, but the majority of how points are earned will be based on attendance, participation in both class discussions and debates, and the essay papers themselves. However, most points will be awarded to just showing up and participating. The reason for this is because a lot of the teaching is experimental based. A student can't simply go home and participate in a meaningful discussion or debate on the topics we review without being monitored. Basically, the teacher will not be able to tell how the student is developing if the student is never there or is never heard. That is all, and thank you.